this, where all the tendons from these muscles come together, is the rotator cuff that you hear such around and about. All right, how is everybody?
Good, thank you.
Good.
You're looking very tall in your chair today.
Yes. So we're going to work with the shoulders and the neck, but we're going to incorporate the whole body. And I brought my little, I love audiovisual stuff, at least visual stuff. I like toys, let's be honest. So this is a rotator cuff. This is the shoulder blade from behind. And then you have the clavicle. And then the upper arm bone is cut off, but it comes in here. And this, where all the tendons from these muscles come together, is the rotator cuff that you hear such around and about. And it's 4 tendons that come together. So you have this little muscle on the top. If you reach back and find your shoulder, the bony part of your shoulder blade, which is this spine of the scapula, find that and then come just above it and kind of dig your feet, not dig, but gently press your fingers in. That's your supraspinatus muscle, and it's a pretty small muscle. And the main action it does is this, going out to the side, this abduction. And does anyone get pain, like right here? Okay. Does anyone get pain down here? Okay. Typically, if you get pain, and sometimes I get it, especially with my right arm, and it feels almost like a little knife sticking out, that's usually the supraspinatus tendon getting smunched. Smunched is a technical term. It's Sanskrit. No, I'm just kidding. So if you look at the construction here, this guy is healthy. He's got quite a bit of space between this bone up here and where the arm comes together. If you come across to the lateral edge of your shoulder, you'll feel kind of that bony protuberance. That's the acromion process, and it's like a little shelf. And then your upper arm comes in underneath it, and that's where all the tendons come. So if you get compression, falling on your elbow, leaning too much on your elbow, generally living life, that can create pain. It's anytime we get compression in the spine, in the knee, in the hip, compression typically means pain. Sadly. And gravity causes compression and other things that we won't mention. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is, we've all talked about the spine before. Some people, we all have spinal curves. You have a forward curve of your neck, a little bit of a backward curve of your upper back, and then a forward curve again of your lumbar spine. And those are there for a purpose, to help the body with weight transference and stacking, because if we were straight up, we'd really fall over. But some people, for instance, I'm a good example of what not to do with your neck. And I'll turn so you guys can all see me. See my cervical curve?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really not good. And muscles learn. So as the muscles will pull me forward, I used to sit like this all the time and walk like this. So enter yoga, and I'm defying gravity. Could you guys see that? Like that's real. And that's a really common thing because we're texting, we're typing, and that puts a huge load on the little muscles at the base of the skull that have to then correct to help you look up. So if you have an overly kyphotic curve, meaning your thoracic spine is really rounded, what can tend to happen is the pecs shorten. You get protraction, drawing those shoulders forward. The rhomboids, which are in the upper back that allow you to squeeze the shoulder blades together, generally are weak and overstretched. So we're going to employ a lot of movement to engage the rhomboids, to work on twists, and you're reminding me of a really good neck stretch. To work on twists, because what twists do, you have the axial skeleton, which is the spine and the head, and then the appendicular skeleton is the shoulder girdle and the arms, and then the pelvic girdle and the legs. Twists help bring that back into balance, because you know how some people have one hip higher, one shoulder higher. Sometimes it's from scoliosis, sometimes it's from standing like this all the time. you know, so this side shortens, and then it's hard to come back to normal. So we're gonna start with a nice stretch. Sherry's perfect for demonstrating this one because she has the perfect little view of her SCM muscle. And the SCM muscle is the sternocleidoid mastoid, which is why I call it SCM muscle. So it starts at the sternum and the clavicle, very medial, right in the middle, and then it goes up to the back of the head. So see how I have this sticking out here, this one?
Yeah.
That is that muscle. And when we are always like this, the muscle shortens and can lock short. So you want axial extension, lengthening the spine, drawing the head back, and we're gonna stretch that muscle because, and we're gonna stop in between sides so you can feel the difference. A lot of times if you free that muscle up, everything else will free up a little bit as well. So we're gonna take the right hand and use the whole outer edge of the thumb, not just the point of the thumb. And you're gonna tack it across on the left side so that the base of the thumb is all the way central at the clavicle. So Suzanne, you're gonna go that way some with your thumb. No. From here, you're gonna come up like this. And then bring the outer edge across. Let's see, no, that's okay. Just gonna go right there.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then take the other hand, and I'll come around so I can help you guys with this. You're gonna take the other hand and tack it down, just to hold that thumb down. From there, take your head back, and then the opposite direction. And maybe even open and close your mouth a
I
couple
have trouble
times.
with this arm even getting this hand back. I just found that out the other day.
But you have beautiful fingernails, so.
Cool, buddy.
So right here, let me see. You're gonna come right across like that. So like that. And if it hurts to bend your elbow, you don't have to. You can just use that right hand
I can.
and take it diagonally away. Okay?
Where are you supposed to feel it?
Across through here.
I can truly feel it.
No, we're gonna go this way because it looks like you're choking yourself. Outer edge here, so let me put my thumb down. It's gonna go like that with this thumb. All the way across. You just really want to choke yourself. And then take your head diagonally this way. Can you feel that? And you can even use your right hand to hold it down. You especially want to make sure we find it. And then take your head back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you might be feeling it all the way up into your jaw. Yeah, maybe even, yeah. Open and close your mouth a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's connected. Is anyone here growing their teeth?
Yes.
I'm horrible, and I catch myself even during the daytime. Now gently release and lift your head.
How long do you recommend holding?
I would say 5 to 10 breaths, and you can work up to more. Can you feel the difference between each side? And then, you're so cute, Suzanne. And then when you're ready, you can take it to the other side. Now, massage therapists can do this for you, and they should know in their training to only do one side at a time. You would never want to do both sides because you can compress the carotid artery, which is a fairly important thing for the brain, getting blood and all that. Could you feel that?
No.
Okay. All right. The first time I did that, I felt warm. Just go, almost, you know? Yeah. Okay, sit up a little away from the back of your chair. Pull the belly in and have your feet about hip width apart, maybe a little wider, and under your knees or ahead of them. Good. Then we're gonna do some free flow movement linked with breath. If you have chronic contraction, which sadly you do, if you take a muscle, like say my bicep is tight, if I just go, ugh, and try and pull it, its job is to pull back and fight you, because that's what they do, is keep you in space and not giving in. So rather than just pulling the muscle, I would inhale, exhale, repeat it a few times, and then do the stretch. Then the circulation is in there, it's ready to open, and the nervous system has gone, okay, she's not falling, she's okay, I can release. And you use the breath as though the lung is in the bicep, as though. Or in the side of the neck, or up into the ear, pretending like you can direct the breath to that area. So we're gonna do a little bit to increase circulation into the whole shoulder girdle. So sitting up tall, or you can have your back supported on the chair, whatever's more comfortable for you. We're gonna start with your right arm, I'll mirror you. Inhale, raise that up like you're trying to touch the ceiling, lengthen. Exhale, lower it down and look away from it, so you're looking to your left. Inhale, reach up, lengthen. Exhale, look left. Inhaling, looking up, lengthening. Exhale, look left. Inhale, look up, reach, lengthen. Exhale, look left. And then one more time, inhaling, coming up. Exhale, lower and look left. Then come back to sitting forward. Maybe close your eyes for a minute and just see if you feel a difference between each side. Just from that little bit of movement linked with breath. Anyone notice anything?
I feel like this side's longer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
I do.
no, it's good. Yeah. It like kind of opens the muscles and creates a little more space.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
We're only going to do the one side all the way through class, so you guys will come back next week, okay? Just kidding. So to take your left arm, you're going to inhale, reach it up, lengthen. Exhale, belly in and look to your right. Good. Inhaling, reaching up, lengthening. Exhale, look right. Inhaling, looking forward, reaching up. Exhaling, looking right as you sweep the arm back. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, looking away. And then one more time. Really reach high. And then exhale, look away. Good. Release your arms and just roll your shoulders a few times. Does anyone ever get tight up here in the trapezius muscle?
Yes.
I've met just a few people who get that. So we're going to try and squeeze the tension out of it. So we'll start with your right shoulder. Imagine you're trying to smush a walnut between your neck and your shoulder. So you're going to squeeze up, squeeze. Just make sure you're not squeezing your teeth.
Okay.
And then gently releasing, try to completely soften that shoulder. We'll do that 2 more times. Squeezing it up
And breathe.
and breathe. Minor detail.
Okay.
And then gently soften. One more time, squeeze. And soften. And just pause for a moment, see if you feel the effect. Anyone feel it? Depending on how much tension I have, that's another place it just gets warm. Like, okay, we're gonna smash the walnut on the other side. So squeezing it up, no clenching the jaw, and completely softening. Squeezing it up, and soften. And then one more time, and this walnut's really hard, so we really have to squeeze. And soften. Okay. Yeah, it gets fairly deep in there. Is everyone okay?
Good feeling on the left side more.
Yeah. Are you left-handed
No.
or right-handed? Yeah. Okay, scoot back so the chair is supporting you. And I want to do a little bit of some twisting using core strength. And that will work with the spinal musculature, but also help to bring in balance with this upper body twist, the shoulder girdle to the spine. So you're gonna bring your arms up like you're a cactus. Inhale, sit tall. As you exhale, pull the belly in as you twist to your right. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, belly in, twist the other way. Inhale into center. Exhale, belly in as you turn. Inhale to center. Exhale, turn. Inhale to center. Exhale, turn. Inhale to center. Exhale, turn. Inhale back to center. Good. Release the arms, roll the shoulders. And we're gonna go swimming. So we'll start with the backstroke, and we're just gonna isolate the shoulders. So you're gonna lift the right shoulder, roll it up and back, and then the left. I don't think we're gonna swim very fast, but. So that's the second crunch comment we've had. Sometimes the crunching is crepitus in the joints, but typically when it's crunching in this way, there might be some calcification in the muscle, which helps with the crunching, yeah. Now we're gonna go forward. So you're gonna come forward and forward. Does it feel really weird going forward? I still can't get used to this one. Okay, shake out your arms. We're gonna see if we can release tension in the neck and work on axial extension. So we're always fighting gravity, some of us more than others. But compression leads to this. And if if I just kind of go here, see how that changes my voice? But if I sit up tall and then go back, I can still talk and there's not as much compression. So any movement you do in yoga, you want length and then go into the move. So we're gonna do some twists with just the neck to see if we can create space in Bobby's neck and all of our necks, but to create space for those nerves. So it's almost like someone's always pulling you taller. So you're gonna inhale, sit taller. Exhale, turn your head to the right only as far as is comfortable. Inhale back to center, sitting taller. Exhale, turn left. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, turning right. Inhale to center. Exhale, turn left. Inhale to center. We're going to exhale, turn right, and pause in that position. Now with an inhale, gently lift your chin. And as you exhale, bring your chin towards your right armpit. And then inhaling, lifting up. Let your left arm hang down. Exhale, chin down to the armpit. And we'll do that a couple more times. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhale down. Make sure you're not clenching your teeth. Inhaling up. Exhaling down, and go ahead and let your chin come all the way towards the middle of the chest. Both hands can rest in your lap. And just pause there, noticing if you feel any tension in the back of your neck. If you're lucky, maybe all the way down between your shoulder blades. Then inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, turn to your left. Let that right arm hang down. Inhale, gently lift the chin. Exhale, slowly bring the chin down towards that armpit. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And this time as you exhale, let the chin come down and all the way to the center. And then with your next inhale, lift the head up. I agree. How's everyone feeling? Okay. We're now going to try and squeeze the walnut into our back cleavage. So the rhomboids, when I started yoga, there's a pose called fish where you lie on the floor and you squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift up like this onto your elbows. And I could not, I mean, literally I was on the ground like, and my teacher would laugh at me. He's like, really? But I just had no rhomboids. And rhomboids are the muscles, they're deep, they're in between the shoulder blades and deep to the larger muscles. And they draw the shoulder blades together. So for those of us who did this a lot as kids, they're overstretched. And they're generally weak on a good portion of the population. So what we're going to do to isolate them is to sit, if your arms are down below 90 degrees and you go down, you're engaging the lats, and those are huge muscles, and they're happy to take over for everything. We want to isolate the rhomboids, so what you're going to do, and watch the tendency to do this, because a lot of us who have really tight traps will elevate the shoulders. That doesn't do any good. It does a little bit of harm, actually. You're going to keep the shoulders down and back, arms at that 90-degree angle, and you'll squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then release. And we're going to repeat that a few times.
Breathe in.
So you would inhale as you squeeze together, and then exhale, come forward. Inhale together, and now we're going to get in some stretching with it. So you'll inhale, squeeze together. Exhale, try to touch the elbows and palms in front of you and round the upper back a little. Then inhale, sit tall, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhaling, coming forward, rounding slowly. Inhaling up. Now we're going to come forward and pause there, rounding the upper back a little. Breathe as though my hands are on your back just below your shoulder blades, and you're trying to breathe so that you push my hands off. Now with your next inhale, sit up tall, open the elbows, and this time let the palms fall back so that you're feeling an opening all the way across the chest. Does that feel okay? Like this, and then go down, just to feel the difference, yeah. And then we're going to release, shake it out. Okay, Joy is having a little bit of some low back pain, and I think I know what it is. So we're going to do some lateral bends. And from the lateral bends, we're going to go into some arm movement. If you'd be more comfortable on the floor, feel free to go onto the floor. Okay. But if you're fine in the chair, that's good. So let me show you first, and then we'll do it. We're going to inhale, and as you exhale, you'll lean over. We'll repeat that from side to side. And then we'll stay in the pose, breathe. We're opening up the muscles between the ribs and then a deep low back muscle that tends to create some problems. We'll stay in that and breathe. Then we're going to back out just a little, and this is the movement where it gets a little complicated. I'm going to say top arm and bottom arm. So you'll inhale, look up. Exhale, that arm's going to fall back and you're going to look away so that you're opening across here. Then inhale, look up. The next time you exhale, you'll follow it so that you're contracting. Then inhale, look up. Exhale, look away. So we'll repeat that stretch, contract is that same idea of tricking the muscle into opening. I shouldn't say tricking, being kind to the muscle so it will open. So sit up nice and tall, belly in. You can have your back supported by the chair. Inhale, raise the arms up. As you exhale, belly in, tilt to your left. I totally goofed up. Then inhale, come up. Exhale, tilt to your right. Inhaling, coming up. Really pull the belly in as you tilt over. Does that feel okay? Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Now we're going to exhale over and pause. So you can let your right arm hang down. Yeah. Roll the top shoulder back. Reach through the fingertips. Maybe you can feel that all the way down to your low back. And as long as we're here, open and close your fist a few times. Now come out of the pose just a little bit. Inhale, look up at the top palm. Exhale, arm falls back, look at the ground, and let the palm face up. So you're looking at the ground on the opposite side. Inhale, arm comes alongside the ear, look at the palm. Exhale, arm goes back, follow it with your eyes. Then inhaling, arm comes alongside the ear, look at the palm. Exhale, arm drops back, look at the ground. Inhale, arm comes alongside the ear, look at the palm. Exhale, arm goes back, follow it with the eyes. Inhale, arm comes alongside the ear, look at the palm. Exhale, arm drops back, look at the ground. Inhale, arm comes alongside the ear, look at the palm. And then exhale, let the arm go back as you follow it with the eyes. Inhale, bring the arm back up. Wait for your next inhale, let the breath help you up. And then exhale, release your arms. Good. That one's labor intensive.
Yes, it was.
But close your eyes for a minute and see if you can feel that. Jean, how was that for you?
It wasn't comfortable,
Right.
but I think it's a little looser.
Good, good. This one is on the YouTube channel. I'm sitting on the floor doing it, but it's on Sherry's Yoga JP YouTube channel, and you can just access it for free.
Oh,
And because doing it every day would be helpful, and it took me forever to learn it, so.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we did the video. Okay, just to be kind to our backs, we're gonna take our knees a little bit wide. Inhale tall, exhale belly in, and you're gonna come into a forward bend just to counter those lateral stretches before we go to the second side. And let's be honest, my low back is sore, so. Now with an inhale, come up. Draw the shoulders down and back. You're gonna inhale, raise both arms. And as you exhale, tilt to your second side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all on different sides, I think. You can let the other arm hang down. Good. How is this on your back, Joy?
Actually feels good.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be your go-to one when that part bugs you.
Will I ever learn?
Yes, you will.
Okay.
Okay, if you're way over at your edge and your breath is short, back out a little. Then we're gonna inhale, look up at the top palm. Exhale, top arm falls back, look at the ground to the opposite side, hand faces towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale, arm comes alongside the ear, look at the palm. Exhale, arm drops back, this time follow it with your eyes. Inhale, arm comes alongside the ear, look at the palm. Exhale, arm drops back, look at the ground. Inhale, arm comes alongside the ear, look at the palm. Exhale, arm goes back, follow it with the eyes. Inhaling, arm comes alongside the ear, look at the palm. Exhale, arm drops back, look at the ground. Inhale, arm comes alongside the ear, look at the palm. Exhale, arm goes back, follow it with the eyes. And then inhaling back up alongside the ear. Wait for your next inhale, let the breath help you up. Exhale, release that arm. Yeah, that one is, the first time I did it, it was like night and day. You know, you have those certain aha moments and it's like, because everybody carries tension in a different way. Okay, we're gonna do a forward bend again, so take your legs wide, stick your tailbone back. Inhale and get as tall as you can. Exhale, pull the belly in, and you're gonna come forward as far as is comfortable. And then we can make this a little dynamic. Each time you inhale, think of lengthening the spine. Exhale, really pull the belly in and maybe dip down a little bit more without forcing. Good. Now this is optional, it's to add a little bit of strength. So you're gonna take your right hand, inhale, bring it forward by the ear, and then exhale, bring it back. Good, then inhale, take the other hand, reach it forward. Exhale, bring it back. Inhaling back to the first side. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, lengthen the second side. Exhale, bring it back. Make sure your belly's pulled in. We're going to do one more time to each side. Inhale, lengthening the first side. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, lengthen the other side. Exhale, back. Good. Now wait for your next inhale. Let the breath help you up. Everyone okay? Good. Okay. We're going to make our way to standing. And I want to do just a little bit for shoulder girdle movement. And this can be adapted to a lot of poses. It could be done in Warrior One, all sorts of stuff, but we're going to keep it simple. Take your feet a little bit wider than hip width. Start with your hands on your tummy. Inhale, you're going to spiral the arms out, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and lift the chest. Exhale, bring the hands back to the tummy. Inhaling, opening up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, come back. Inhaling, opening up. You can even feel the rhomboids working. Exhale, come back. And then inhale, we're going to open up and stay open. But just so you can experience the difference, because I see this a lot, and I have to be honest, I do this a lot. Squeeze your shoulders up. Notice how that feels a little yucky. Draw them down and back. Sometimes it's just building those neural pathways to know how to soften the muscles, because the brain forgets. Good. Let them fall back. Release the arms down, shake them out. And I want to do something to get the natural tracking back in the shoulder. If you do this at home, you could hold a gallon of milk or a half gallon of milk or something small that's not going to be super heavy. You're going to take the feet a little bit wider, pull the belly in, and you're going to come over like you're in a hug. From there, let your right arm hang down. If you had a little bit of weight, that would add to the traction, and you're going to swing like your arm is a pendulum. And then reverse that direction. Brilliant. I love it. Water bottles are working. Yay.
Could you do this with a dumbbell?
Yeah, you could definitely do it with a dumbbell. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to switch sides. Keep your belly pulled in, let the other arm hang. And you're going to do the pendulum on this side. And reverse that direction. Good. Come back to standing. Everyone good?
Mm-hmm.
So just to work all the muscles of the rotator cuff, we're going to be robots, our upper arms glued in, or double hitchhikers, whatever you want to be today. You're going to inhale, open up, and exhale, close. Yeah, so feel free to not go as far. I have to say though, Neva, that's pretty good.
choice.
That's.
Choices.
Now we're going to come out here, open your hands, be kind to yourself. We're going to inhale, imagine you're sliding your arms along a wall, and bring your arms up. And then exhale, bring them back down. And do that a couple times. Always rest when you need or want to, because you also don't want to aggravate things. Release, shake it out. One of the things that happens, which is nice for all different kinds of yoga, because active yoga has its purposes, restorative yoga has its purposes. And if we tend to get really tight in our pecs, and this starts to go on, the muscles will actually shorten. And it's not like we can, if the muscles didn't have fascia, we could just crank them back, but the fascia holds them in place. And it takes a good 3 to 5 minutes for the fascia to really relax and open. That's where restorative poses come in. And for Shavasana, you could do where you lie back on the blanket, arms like this, so that you're getting that long hold of an opening. And that will allow it to really make a difference. But in the meantime, I want to do a field trip to the wall. Feel free to watch me, and then I'm going to have you guys do it. And there's never forcing, especially with this gentle area here, because there's a lot of small things going on here. So what you would do, and if you feel free to get a better angle, you're going to have your arm about shoulder height at the wall. You don't want to have it up here. You want to have it shoulder height or below. And if you have a tendency to hyperextend your elbow, make sure you keep a little bend in the elbow. You don't have to make yourself flush to the wall. You're going to take and turn yourself so you're looking towards the middle of the room. Look towards the middle of the room and drop the chin down. And it's going to really open up the side of the neck. Now, if you want to make it more intense, you're going to take that hand on the wall, turn it towards the ceiling, and maybe press into the pinky finger. That sometimes I feel it all the way up into my ear. So if you have shoulder problems on one side, do the side that doesn't bug you first, and then do the second side, just so your body knows what to expect. And if you have it on both sides, just be very gentle with yourself, okay? So feel free to stack up. There doesn't need to be a lot of space. Have one hand about shoulder height. You don't have to push your shoulder to the wall. And then you're going to turn the other way towards the middle of the room. Be kind to yourself. Then look towards the middle of the room. Maybe. Drop the chin down.
That's a lot.
Maybe roll onto the out. If you're already getting a good stretch, stay here. Otherwise, maybe look towards the middle of the room. Maybe drop the chin down. Maybe turn the palm towards the ceiling and press into the outer edge of the hand. Yeah, don't push it. And this is where that breathing as though your lung is in that tight spot comes into place. Does anyone not feel it?
I feel.
Yeah, and Bobby,
I'm
that's,
feeling it all the way up.
yeah.
Into my skull, on
Yeah.
both sides. And I'm only
Wow,
doing one side. I don't
interesting.
know what I'm not doing it right or what.
Look a little bit more towards me.
That's about it.
Okay, good. Just stay there and breathe into it.
You're better on this side than that side.
Oh, I haven't tried that side yet.
Now when you're ready, slowly turn back towards the wall. Step away from the wall. And then let your arms hang by your side.
Yeah, and try the other side.
I know. Joy's like, I don't like you anymore. But can you feel the difference? Yeah. And it would, we're stretching where the brachial plexus comes through, so it makes sense that your hand would go numb. So when you're ready, about face and do the other side. So having the hand about shoulder height. This side might be wildly different, so be nice to yourself. Keep the shoulder somewhat close to the wall-ish. Then maybe look towards the middle of the room. Drop your chin down. And then if you want to, take that hand that's on the wall, turn the palm towards the ceiling and press into the pinky edge. I'm going to turn your hand the other way and you're not going to like me. Okay, how is that?
Harder.
Yeah.
Did I've got mine up.
Yep.
Here. I feel it in my lower arm more than I do in my
Yeah.
neck. Though my neck is not allowing it to be.
Am I supposed to feel this in our shoulder or in our upper back?
A little bit of both.
Oh,
And then maybe even up in here.
Raising my arm.
So you're feeling it up here?
yeah, right here.
Okay.
Toward the side.
When you're ready, gently turn back towards the wall. You would numb?
No, it just hurts
All the way down, yeah.
to hear.
So this is going to sound a little, go ahead and make your way back to your chair. This is gonna sound either counterintuitive and possibly kind of mean. But typically, wait, don't sit down yet, don't sit down. Typically, if it's, now there's levels of pain. If something is sharp, shooting, tingling, knife-like, don't push through that, come out. But if it's that dull ache, oh, it's not comfortable, don't push further into it, stay where you're at, but really breathe into it. But listening to your body too, and coming out, you're not gonna go all the way in one day. So I wanna do just a little bit of free-form arm movement, and you can go out and up, or forward and up, whatever's better for you. So belly in, tailbone dropping, and you can do it from the chair. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, down. Then inhaling, raising up. Exhaling, down. Inhaling up. This time as we exhale, pat yourself on the back, feeling your triceps. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, down. Good. One more time. Inhaling up. And then exhale down. Okay, shake it out. Go ahead and have a seat again. Okay. We're going to do a stretch for the low back. And we're going to start with the right leg. And we're going to modify this a little bit. So this is Apanasana, where you're pulling the knee to the chest. And if it's not comfortable to hold on to the leg, you could hold the strap like this or like this. I don't like the buckles. I'm always hitting something with the buckles. So let your arm be straight. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull that knee to your chest. Is that giving you hip pain? Inhale. What I want you to do is push the knee into the hands and lean back a little and see if you can feel that up here. Maybe do some hip circles if that's annoying you. Yeah. Then you're gonna take another inhale, and as you exhale, pull that knee in. Inhale, push away. Can you guys feel that when you push your knee into your hands? And then exhale, pull in. This works well in bed too, just as a side note. Good. Then hold it up, draw the shoulders down, and take a few deep breaths here. As long as we're here, maybe roll your ankle a few times. And reverse that direction. And then do some circles with that knee. And reverse the direction of your circle. And then we're going to have it here. Just need to make sure you land on the block.
Oh, yes.
And drop the foot. Let's do that a couple times. This is one of my favorites. Just to get that bounce back. And I like the thumps. This is good for circulation and neuropathy.
I was doing it the other day and my daughter said, what in the heck are you doing that noise for?
My husband would go like this.
Payback, huh? Yeah. Like run across something. Yeah.
My husband would go like this, but that's not the same as dropping.
Right.
Dropping is a lot more effective.
Yeah. And sometimes it can hurt, but.
Yeah, it can.
Okay, we're going to take that to the second side. So pulling the other knee up into your chest. Then inhale, straighten the arms, push the knee away. Exhale, hug that knee into your chest. Inhale, straighten the arms, push away. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhaling, pushing away. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, push away. And then this time we're going to hug it up and hold it in. And breathe. Oh yeah, thank you. And do some ankle circles. And reverse. Good. And now the hip circles. And reverse. And now, good. It amazes me how hard it lands. You know, I get that I have big feet, but
There's
really.
a lot more weight than you think. I mean, because you're not pushed, I'm not pushing mine, it's just.
Right, it just drops, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah. Okay,
Gravity.
scoot your left foot a little bit further away from you, and then you're gonna take the right ankle and bring it up across. Keep that right ankle flexed. And then if you wanna take it deeper, you can bring that bottom foot closer to you. Or take that ankle and hook it behind your neck.
Sure.
Now keep the ankle flexed because that's gonna protect your knee. You're gonna pull that knee all towards the opposite
So the
shoulder.
sciatica.
Mhm. And then you can go back and forth a little, and that'll kind of pump blood into that little muscle. And you can let the knee come down, sit up nice and tall, maybe stay here, maybe come forward if you're leading with your heart. This is the one that really helps me to imagine I can breathe like my lungs down there. And then notice, because part of this is I catch myself do it all the time, is this. So tuck your chin and keep your neck long and draw your shoulder blades together. That way you're working in the direction of good change rather than allowing the collapsing. The body will cheat if it can cheat, especially if it's my body. Then it'll find the path of least resistance on the way to chocolate.
Where is it?
Now with an inhale, come back up, set that side down, feel the difference between each hip. That's why we do yoga. Okay, you can scoot your right foot a little bit further away and bring the left ankle up, and this side might be wildly different, so be nice to yourself and your hip. Maybe scoot that bottom leg towards you, keep the ankle flexed, and then you're gonna inhale, inhale, and as you exhale, pull that knee towards your opposite shoulder. Go back and forth a few times, maybe hold it. You can tell I've been walking more because I'm much tighter. And then maybe let it come down, sit up nice and tall, stick your butt back. Take an inhale, you can stay here or maybe come forward a little bit.
I never was able, even when I was in brownies, I couldn't sit with my legs crossed.
Some of that is,
It's
yeah.
not new, it's not new.
I can just see you sitting there in brownies. I love brownies. Part of it is, I mean, you've seen Sherry too. Part of it is just how you guys are built.
Yeah.
So that, you know, the only way to get there would be to break your hip, and let's not do that. But Sherry can sit like folded on her knees all
Yeah.
day, and I can only do that for like maybe half a second.
One day.
Yeah.
I practice.
Inhale, come back up. Take your foot down, go back and forth. And then just because the jaw is so interlinked with the neck, we're gonna do, if you grit your teeth, and you'll feel, this is per square inch, this is the strongest muscle in the body, right there. Especially those of us who talk a lot. I'm just kidding. So if you just, I'm not encouraging you to grit your teeth, but if you grit your teeth for just a moment, you'll feel that muscle harden. Find kind of the center where there's a dip, and then soften it, and you can press into it, even using your thumb and going down. And the key is let your mouth open. Isn't that good? Yeah. That's the closer. All I have to say is I'm glad you guys aren't on video, but it's making me feel like I'm on video and this isn't funny. Yeah. But anytime you're having that issue where you're really clenching your teeth a lot, this will help. As well as reach your hands. You know how your quadriceps, as you take your hands down, there becomes this natural kind of line where the muscle ends and you have this indentation. Let your fingers find that and just rub on both sides. That's acupuncture points that will soften the jaw.
Oh my
Isn't that
goodness.
funny? Yeah. And when I remember to do it, I don't grind my teeth. I don't remember to do it very often, but when I do, in theory.
That work for somebody with TMJ.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna just end with this little story from my teacher. When we were being trained and we were talking about TMJ, he said one of the best ways to soften the jaw is through French kissing.
Oh,
Yeah, because you're, so you could just do a lollipop and maybe get arrested, but where you're just to get the, because the muscles or the tongue's a big muscle, so just,
Okay.
yep.
And lion?
And on that note, lion is also good though, to really get your, yeah, yeah,
Okay, that's not French kissing.
yeah. Or you can just do the, what is that, give a hoot owl guy used to do the, how many licks does it take to get to the middle? Okay, on that note, we're going to set up for Shavasana. So Shavasana can be sitting in the chair, but Shavasana can be legs up the chair or legs up the wall. And then if you were to have your arms like this, but they were really more like this, your body can't stop proprioception, trying to figure out where you are in space, so you can't relax. So I'll bring around blankets so that you can rest and soften into it.
well, so.
Yeah, perfect. Okay? Time to get your Shavasana on, and legs up the wall is always appropriate. Video, but it's making me feel like I'm on video and this isn't funny. Yeah. But anytime you're having that issue where you're really clenching your teeth a lot, this will help. As well as reach your hands. You know how your quadriceps, as you take your hands down, there becomes this natural kind of line where the muscle ends and you have this indentation. Let your fingers find that and just rub on both sides. That's acupuncture points that will soften the jaw.
Oh my
Isn't that
goodness.
funny? Yeah. And when I remember to do it, I don't grind my teeth. I don't remember to do it very often, but when I do, in theory.
That work for somebody with TMJ.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna just end with this little story from my teacher. When we were being trained and we were talking about TMJ, he said one of the best ways to soften the jaw is through French kissing.
Oh,
Yeah, because you're, so you could just do a lollipop and maybe get arrested, but where you're just to get the, because the muscles or the tongue's a big muscle, so just,
Okay.
yep.
And lion?
And on that note, lion is also good though, to really get your, yeah, yeah,
Okay, that's not French kissing.
yeah. Or you can just do the, what is that, give a hoot owl guy used to do the, how many licks does it take to get to the middle? Okay, on that note, we're going to set up for Shavasana. So Shavasana can be sitting in the chair, but Shavasana can be legs up the chair or legs up the wall. And then if you were to have your arms like this, but they were really more like this, your body can't stop proprioception, trying to figure out where you are in space, so you can't relax. So I'll bring around blankets so that you can rest. Thank you all for your beautiful presence. Namaste.